What is up, you guys? So I'd gone back and forth about recording a video, but I really like to do live videos because I feel like it's just better. I feel like I can be me more. So, I'm gonna go live and hopefully you guys can join live. If not, welcome to the replay crew. So my name is Amy. I'm currently going over to add something to this real quick. So my name is Amy, and I am a previous MLM hun. I was in Beachbody a whole lot. I was in Beachbody for several years. I was a diamond rank, and I quickly realized that it was not helping me at all. Um, Body, heart, soul, mind, finances, and I made the decision to quit. But I hadn't totally learned my lesson. I quit and I quickly went over to um, Prove It because at that point in time, I was doing a ketogenic diet, which I had learned from some of the top coaches within Beachbody and went over to Prove It. But I had already gotten a little bit disenchanted, I guess, with the MLM model. And so I didn't go as hardcore, I guess, in that improve it. And then I quickly realized that all MLMs are the same. Oh, hey, Heather, that all MLMs are the same and started to speak out against them. So let's talk. Well, first, let's do this disclaimer and then we'll talk about BODi and Beachbody news. So let's just do this quick disclaimer, please. All right. Oh, hey, DC. DC, we're going to talk Carl Deichler and Melanie Mitro. So if you want to hop in here, you're more than welcome to join me. Okay, so Beachbody or BODi had always done Super Saturdays or Super Saturday, Super Sunday, they called it Super Weekend. And during this Super Weekend, they would do a lot of motivation, a lot of rah rah, you can do it, I did it, you can do it type of thing. And they would kind of choose different cities. They would fly out the trainers to those cities. They would do live workouts. Oh, good luck at your MRI. And let me know how everything's going. So they would do all of these. Like, for example, I got to work out with Tony Horton at one of these events, which was absolutely amazing. I really like Tony Horton. They decided this quarter to stop doing those. My opinion is because of cost. I feel like it is they're struggling. They're trying to do anything they can, honestly, to try and fix cost. So they went to this leadership. I don't even know what they called it, but it was this training this last weekend, and it was only, I want to say, in like 6 different cities. Heather, if you know, definitely add that. They only went to a couple different cities, and then they have this training video that they created for those who could not attend one of them, because I mean, it was only in 6 different cities. With Super Saturday, Super Sunday, they would hold them all across the country, and there were a ton of them. They could even hold them like individually. So like I could just decide randomly, like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a Super Saturday. So we are going to watch the video that Carl made for Super Saturday. And Carl's only going to talk for a few minutes, and then we're going to hear from Melanie Mitro and then Trina Gray. I don't know if we'll get to the whole training because it's like an hour and 50 minutes, but I did speed it up a little bit too. I think they were somewhere in Florida. I saw Puerto Rico. I don't even know. maybe one in Seattle area. I don't know. They were all over, but there were only like 5 or 6. Yeah, Tony and Shalene were definitely my jam. So I am going to add Mr. Deichler in here, and please let me know if you can hear this, because for some reason my sound has gone really kind of wonky. So let me know if you can hear Carl. Let's add him. Can you hear it?
Hello, BODi partners. We're excited to share this BODi business plan training with you because this training has been designed to help any partner of any rank or tenure in the business who wants to develop or reboot an existing business and grow their income. We're super fortunate to have 4-time top partner Melanie Mitro and 11-time elite partner Trina Gray lead this training with insights that have shaped their incredible BODi careers. They're going to demonstrate that this business is not complicated, but to be successful, you have to treat your business like a business, even if you're doing it part-time, because it's truly your business.
No, it is not. Oh, hey, Christina, it is not your business. It is his business, and it is failing drastically. All you are is a salesperson. Okay, I haven't seen the like super current rankings. I can tell you actually. Let me look, and I will find it, Heather, while we're talking, because um I have it down. She's actually pretty high. I mean, and by pretty high, I think she's in top 50. But I know for like the past several years, she wasn't even in the elite coaches. Because why? Why worry about it? But now she's had such large legs leave that she does have to worry about it. So I'll look, because I have at least, I think I have the July rankings. I don't think I have the September ones yet.
So you need a daily method of operation to connect with people, to help them choose the right BODi products for them, and in many cases, to help them consider the partner opportunity. And Melanie and Trina are going to help you understand how to build a team of people who are aligned with your goals. Okay, enough from me. Let's get you to this awesome training.
My name is Melanie Mitro, and I'm the former 4-time top partner of BODi.
Is that too fast? Real quick, if you guys can let me know. If that's too fast, I can definitely slow it down while I look up her ranking. Because, I mean, I kind of have it a little bit on chipmunk speed.
We're going to talk about how do you build belief in the company, and also belief in yourself. Why does belief actually matter? Well, here's the thing. Anybody can build a successful BODi business. And your business truly is built upon your ability to invest in yourself, to share your journey, and to build those relationships with other people and invite them to join alongside of you. Anybody can do it. It doesn't matter what your education.
Yeah, I'm going to have to slow her down. I was listening to Trina Gray on 1.25, and I think she was fine, but Melanie is a little bit fast. Okay, hold on. I've got the rankings. If you know any other top coaches that you would like me to look and tell you what their ranking is, I definitely can. And this will be their ranking. So Melanie is, as of the end of July, she was at 52. And then Trina Gray, who was also going to be speaking, was at 61. So that is where they currently are.
Is, what your background is, where you live, your age, or even your fitness level. You also don't have to be an expert of any kind, not in social media, network marketing, or fitness and nutrition. The most important thing that I want to remind you of is that it is your personal journey. You sharing that publicly and inviting other people to join. That's how you're going to gain the credibility, build the trust, and that's how people are ultimately going to join you. When you yourself become your biggest cheerleader and you believe that success is possible for you, and then you match it with action, that is how you build the belief. And that happens over time. And that starts today, right now. So how do we build our belief in the company? Well, when I started my BODi journey back in 2011.
Okay, so this I think is really important to note. She has been in BODi for 12 years. You cannot tell me that someone joining today has the same opportunity that she did. Trina Gray also, she has been elite 11 times. She joined back when it first launched because she joined with Shalene Johnson's whole group. Trina was one of Shalene's fitness instructors. So you cannot tell me that it is the same opportunity because it's just not. People's knowledge of MLMs, tactics, and I would say health and wellness has grown, and it has made Beachbody or BODi less appealing than it was.
I only knew one fitness program, and that was the program I was doing. I only knew one nutrition plan. That was the program I was doing.
Okay, I want to point something out, and I promise I won't stop it all the time. But she's saying she knew one fitness program and one nutrition program. In the old days, they used to have a nutrition program that went with the fitness program that you were doing. So I started with, well, actually, initially I did Turbo Kick or Turbo Jam for a long time, and it had its own meal plan. Then I did Shalene Extreme, and it had its own meal plan. P90X had its own meal plan. So there used to be a lot more variety in the meal plans, actually. And in my opinion, they were more geared to the program that you were doing. For example, Shalene Extreme, the goal was to get physically fit, right? It was to build strength. It was a weightlifting program. I had a very different meal plan with that than I did with Turbo Jam. And I had a lot of success with that because I had a meal plan that was specific to the program that I was doing. They don't do that anymore. They have two programs. So I think that it's actually doing a disservice to the people who join them.
But here's the thing. There are a lot of options for different types of people based on their wants, their needs, their desires, the results that they want to achieve in their lives. And so I took my neighbor, one of my very, very good friends, and I used her as an example for how I was going to approach this belief in BODi part of my business. And she was a pharmaceutical sales rep. And one afternoon we were sitting outside in the backyard talking, and she told me about how every time her company launched a new drug onto the market, she would have to spend an extensive amount of time understanding the drug, who it was for, who it was not for, what were the benefits, what were the features, how do doctors present it, knowing every single potential question that a physician would ask her before she actually went into the field to represent that product and ultimately sell that drug. And so I took her approach to the way that she built her pharmaceutical sales business, and I used that approach with BODi. Every day as I was getting my business off the ground, I would sit down and do my income producing activities in the morning. And the boys would take a nap in the afternoon, and I would sit down and I would say, okay, I'm going to go into the online office and I'm going to watch some videos. I'm going to pick a product every single day and go through the product training guide, watch the training videos, make sure that I understood who this program and product would be good for so that I could recommend it to other people and I would feel confident in our catalog and what we had to offer.
Okay, so I have a couple issues with this. One is those training videos in the back office, are essentially cheerleading videos, right? They don't teach you about the science. They don't teach you about all of the ingredients. It's why is it so amazing for you? You don't actually have a good level of knowledge on what you should actually be doing with those products or who those products may be suitable for, right? And again, part of it is as this pharmaceutical rep that she's talking about, my guess is that she was paid to do those activities. She was paid to learn about that drug. And she also had some pretty extensive on the job training on how to sell pharmaceuticals. You don't get any of that. You don't get any of that when you are with BODi. You have all of these product guides in your back office, but when it comes to actual working knowledge, you cannot answer those questions because they don't want you to be knowledgeable. They just want you to go out and be a product of the product and sell whatever they may have. but they don't actually teach you a lot when it comes to product knowledge. I had talked with Emma about this, how frustrating it was that when they came out like with the pre-workout, I'm like, I want to learn more about it. Well, they didn't really give us a ton of information. They just were like, oh, it's great for workouts. Start drinking it. I mean, that was basically it. And I think there is, if I've learned anything over the last several years, it is to look for multiple sources of information. Beachbody or BODi is going to tell you all of the great things about their product, but they are not providing you with a balanced look at both sides. And I think that's true of pretty much most organizations that we're in, right? They're not going to provide you a balanced side. So I just took what they said and I was like, "Oh, Shakeology. Sweet. Healthiest meal of the day." That was what they were selling it at as the time. Guess what? It is not. It does not have the appropriate nutrients to be considered a meal. But yet I was using it as a meal replacement because that is what they told me it was. But if you really drill down to the nutrients and the nutrients your body needs, hold on, I'm going to move this microphone. Sorry if that's loud. When you boil it down and you look at the nutrients that you need, Shakeology is not sufficient. But I never knew that from the information that Beachbody gave me, right? Because I got a couple DVDs, some paperwork. Every once in a while, they'll be like, "Oh, there's new videos in your back office." But I was so stretched for time that I was doing good just to do my income producing activities, which they don't produce that much income, just so you know. They don't. They do for her. I'm just saying.
So, for you, as you're starting or refreshing your BODi business, ask yourself, do I believe in our company's products? Do I believe that there's a solution out there for every single person? And if you're unsure of that, the way we build that belief.
Okay. Okay. Couple things. This gets very twisty when you realize, okay, so the best way to believe it is if I'm using the products. Well, guess what? When I first started, the products worked. Why? Because I changed everything in my lifestyle, right? I was working out. I was paying more attention to getting nutrients in. I changed so many different habits. I couldn't tell you which habit was like the catalyst, but I had changed so many habits. But guess what? Eventually, it stopped working. But I had built my business around it working for me. So that was very it was very hard to reconcile in my head because in order to build your business, you're supposed to be a product of the product. But I was trying. I was trying my hardest to be a product of the product and it wasn't working anymore. And they also drive this belief that they have something that will work for everybody. And that is just not true. I mean, even Autumn's stories today, she talks about the fact that not everything is going to work for everybody, but they want their coaches to believe, or their partners to believe that, that it will work for everybody. And it's just not true. And Christina, I will look.
Is through going in and educating ourselves on the product catalog, knowing the features and the benefits and the solutions that can help people no matter where they're at on their fitness journey. Also, we build our belief in the company through our personal experience. And that personal experience means that you are committed to being in an accountability group or starting one if you don't have an active mentor. That means that you are also choosing a fitness program from either the BODi Blocks or our on-demand library, and you're committed to starting and completing that fitness routine. When I first began with
Okay. And Tina Farley, she was not on the list that I have. I only have about the first three, the top like 300 or so. She's not in that. So she's below. She's below that. Okay. One of the problems with the way that they talk about it, and she's mentioning this even with, the workout calendar. you feel like you have to follow it. You're told you have to follow it. So if something comes up, you will see coaches who will work out while they're sick. You will see coaches who work out like a ton of workouts on vacations. You will see coaches double workouts so that they catch up on what they've missed in the program. And this can cause a lot of issues. One of a good example, when we did the Success Club trip and we were in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, we were doing workouts each morning, right? You could choose. They had a couple different workouts at different times. I worked out with Autumn. Boo. I worked out with Autumn, and then I worked out with Chris Downing. Love him. Chris Downing was awesome, and he did such a good workout. Anyway, but I felt like I had to stick to my calendar as well. And so I was also doing those workouts when I was in the Dominican Republic, to show people you can take it anywhere. No, so I was doing double workouts while on vacation in the Dominican Republic. I should have been on the beach with a pina colada, but nope, I was in the gym working out.
Insanity. I printed out that workout calendar and I hung it on the basement wall of our storage room, which was where I did my workouts at. And every single day I was committed to following the program, checking it off as I went. I was also committed to following a nutrition plan. And I knew that if I followed the program from start to finish, as close to exactly the way it was laid out, that I would get results. And when it happened, when I physically saw my body, my energy transforming, I wanted to shout that from the rooftops. I was a believer because I was living proof. My belief was growing because I was walking the walk and talking the talk. My story had become my example to other people as to how this company, our products and programs can impact your future.
But you are here's the thing. I can go on and be like, oh my gosh, look at what this did for me. I lost this amount of weight. I lost this amount of inches. I had XYZ happen. But because of bioindividuality, we're not going to get the exact same results, right? And you cannot guarantee that someone is going to get results. You just don't know. And so they put this out there like, I did it, so you can too. Well, then when it doesn't work for you, then it's your fault. And they can push it back on you like, well, it worked for me. I don't know what your problem is like for you. And it causes for me, again, I'm going to give you my experience. It caused a lot of shame. It caused a lot of very disordered eating patterns, because I'd be like, well, this isn't working at all. So screw this. I'm going to eat a jar of cookie butter. Because it was like, well, I'm doing what they're telling me, but I'm not having results. And so by putting it out here this way, that I had results, so you should have results, can really set people up for some pretty bad behaviors. Christina, I would say, just to answer this real quick, everybody, it appears, who was in the top is now no longer in the top, or their businesses, they've lost so much of their downlines that they're hurting. And that is why they're all kind of pushing other things. Like Melanie, sure, she does push Beachbody. For several years, she didn't do much with Beachbody at all. She was trying to push her chic influencer program, which is, she's doing that right now too. She has like a rock star recruitment course that she's pushing, because they are seeing the writing on the wall that they have to diversify their income because it's going down, in my opinion. And so they can see that. I haven't looked. I am super proud of myself. I was at the gym and then I have been trying to get caught up on stuff. Oof, they're 36 cents right now. So their stock is at 36 cents. Bum, bum, bum. And I'm going to do a video. I have so many videos that I want to do in so little time. about the fact that investors, this is one of my favorite articles, investors don't see the light at the end of the Beachbody company's tunnel, and the stock is continuing to fall. So that was released. That article was released after they did the second quarter financial results. So people are not thinking that it's going to go great.
In a very positive way. Now, another way to build your belief in the company is also through customers and your partner's results. So that means that not only are we signing people up, matching them with the program, product, total solution pack that fits their needs,
which you are not qualified to do. You are not qualified to evaluate their needs and assign a product or assign a program to them. Right now, they're pushing that everybody joins with everyone joins with 4-week gut protocol right now, because that's the monthly super block. So that is what they recommend on all of them. Christina, I don't think she owns her own gym. I think you're thinking, I think Moira, she owned her own Pilates studio at one point, and then Bonnie Engel, her husband just opened a gym. So I think those are the two. I don't think Melanie does, because she is so bought into this chic influencer.
but we're helping them start and finish a program and get the desired results. And as we are helping other people and helping them to see, right, just how much more amazing their life can be because they're using our products and programs, it builds our confidence. When you help one person, it's a little bit of confidence in your corner, and you want to help more. And that allows you to just have that proof, that social proof, that what you're doing doesn't just stop at you, but it can help.
Oh, you're saying that Tina Farley did. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about Melanie. Most of them, I think, especially the ones who were fairly successful, they are keeping their businesses going because they're raking in money every month from this, right? So why not kind of write it out, even if they don't intend to work it very hard. Oh, and good evening. Oh, it's actually just barely hit noon where I'm at. So, that's awesome. Good evening. I hope you've had a fantastic day. We're listening to Melanie Mitro. She is a 4-time number 1 coach. This was several years ago that she was number 1 4 years in a row, which is ridiculous. Like I cannot even imagine how her family maintained their life during that time. You have to work so hard in order to hit the top where she was. So it's kind of interesting. And then she kind of fell off. She started doing her own company where she's coaching coaches on how to coach and how to recruit. And she has focused most of her efforts over there. But then she started losing some of her really large legs, and she has started pushing Beachbody more again.
Other people too. Belief in the company truly is built by being immersed in the culture, in the community, and using our products and trying new ones and getting out there and sharing it with.
Okay, getting immersed. Here is where one of the problems comes in my opinion, and you start leaning more towards the cult level tactics of information control. You're controlling behavior. If people I was always around Beachbody people, whether it was on conference calls, in Facebook groups, in my text, you name it, because anybody else was a hater. Hey, everybody else were, haters who were doubting what I was doing. And so I just started to surround myself, and I became very much in an echo chamber. All I was hearing all day was how amazing Beachbody was, and I was like ignoring everything else. So you get kind of insulated from the rest of the world. Yeah. Let's see.
Other people. Belief in the company doesn't happen overnight. It's a very intentional.
Did you Okay, wait, hold on. Is there really one of the team names is the Curves Ahead tribe? That is gross. Some of the names that these that these coaches choose are so tragic. I'm like, did you try that out? Did you try that name out before you started your business and decided that that was the what you were going to go with?
Practice that I want you to start doing right now. What can you do today and in the coming weeks and months to begin to strengthen that belief that our company has the solutions for anybody that you are talking to? Now I want to talk to you a little bit about belief in your.
But that's just not true. They don't have the solutions for everybody. And I think it is very negligent to put that out there that they do.
Yourself. Listen, I know that many people that I've worked with over the years really struggle with the belief in yourself, the belief that you are the person for the job. And a lot of times we can let our past failures and setbacks, negativity, even what other people say, they can keep us from stepping into that highest version of ourselves, reaching our fullest potential. I myself have had family members, close friends that have made negative comments about starting a network marketing business or being a part of a health and fitness company. People would say to me, when are you just going to go back to normal? That people would also say to me like, oh my gosh, there she is posting about her workouts again on social media. I've had people say, I'm either going to block you or join you. So
I would recommend blocking, not joining. I do want to put this up because if you do not follow Savannah Marie, what are you doing? Go and look. But the deep dive that she has been doing on Angela Sumner is wild. It's a wild time. It is a long video, but so worth it. I'm in a group with Savannah and we've been talking over the last God, she's probably been compiling this for over a month at least that she's been doing research on this. And every day she would be like, oh my gosh, have you guys seen this? And then others of us had different videos of Angela being Angela and would send them, and it was mind blowing. But she's a whole mood. So I would highly recommend Savannah Marie's newest video.
I can speak from firsthand that yes, I've had a little negativity come my own way. And how I built belief in myself that I was the girl for the job, that I could help other people, was to make sure that I was growing that area of myself through these practices. So a couple of things that I have done. Number one is personal development. I invested from personal development right from the beginning. One of the first books that my mentor recommended to me was The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson and The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. If you don't.
Okay. So I have such a mixed, oh, hey, Sam. I have such a mixed feeling on personal development. And I have not been reading as much personal development as I used to when I was in, because they take these, like, normally they're fairly good, um, uh, not like great ideas, but they twist them around MLM and then it's really hard to get out of that mindset. I mean, like, I really like Atomic Habits. And actually, when I was certified as I am certified as a life coach, but when I was going through my life coach certification, that was one of the ones that I read. Like, there are some really good books out there, but now I just don't want to read any of them because they have kind of turned me against personal development.
Don't have those two books, I want you to head on over to Amazon and either download them or get them on Audible, order them, have them delivered now. Because inside of both of those two books was really the foundation of understanding that success doesn't happen overnight. That yes, you're going to have people that are going to challenge what you're doing, that are not going to understand, just like I shared with those family and close friends. And once I started reading the books and I began to hear that other people were going through those same experiences, I started to feel comfort. And also just that understanding that this is a normal part of the process. It's not just me. Also, I started to really create these affirmations for myself. We talk a lot about affirmations, but we want to make sure that they actually propel us into action. So, as a BODi partner right now, I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I want for my business over the next 30, 60, 90 days? Where do I want to be 1 year from today? And I want you to begin to think about, who do you want to become through the process of your building this BODi business? I remember the first time that my upline said, Melanie, what are your goals for the business? I kind of looked at her like she had two heads, because nobody had ever asked me what my goals were in my life. And so it took me a minute to really think about, what do I want to accomplish? And one of the very first things was the rewards trip, the Success Club trip. Every year, the Success Club trip is to a different location. And what we have to do is we have to help people every single month get started on their wellness journey, match them up with a solution that best fits them, and we can earn trip dollars towards these rewards trips. And so for me,
Okay, but they make you think that it's a free trip. It is not a free trip, my friends. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It was the most expensive free trip I've ever been on. I just want to talk about this real quick that Marie said. You need to have critical thinking with you when reading personal development books. It's more about finding nuggets of good information than getting a total concept. Absolutely. What I found is they would frequently recommend books that would kind of further entrench the echo chamber, I guess, and, blocking out all the haters, when really there were a lot of people who had my good in mind and wanted to help me and help me see different viewpoints, but I just viewed them as haters, which is really, really sad. Right. So, but this is annoying to me that it's her, so she can get the free Success Club trip. It's not free. It is not free. And you have to pay taxes on the total cost of the trip. I had to pay, um, flights, transfers, like as far as transportation to and from the airport. Like there were a lot of costs. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, that would be a fascinating read. I'm not even gonna lie. I started listening to a new, true crime podcast, and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm kind of curious at some of the psychology, I guess, behind some of these people." Which is probably why it interests me, why MLMs interest me so much, is trying to study the psychology of it.
My very first affirmation was, I am a Success Club trip earner. And what I did was I wrote that down on my notebook. I also printed out some pictures online. I went and got pictures of the location where the trip was. I made it the screensaver of my phone. I added the picture to the corner of my computer screen. And in the mornings, I would sit down and I would visualize myself earning that trip. I would visualize walking into the hotel, my kids swimming in the pool, us experiencing the event, meeting up with other BODi partners and hanging out by the pool and sharing meals together and building and growing those strong relationships. And that is what propelled me every single day to get out of bed, was knowing that I was going to provide something for our family that we wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And then I did something really important. I started to back it up with action. I made a list of.
Okay, so let's explain this. And I did see earlier, so you haven't been in an MLM. It is very much a status symbol. And anyone else who who wants to add on here, let's talk a little bit about this, about why you want to do this. One is, it's because it's a great recruiting tool, right? You can earn this. You can look at all of the opportunities that this company offers me. It is very much a status symbol. And I'm not going to lie, it was fun. There were a lot of parts of it that were fun. Walking in, they had this whole reception party and dancers and drinks, and they had all of these things in place for you to make you feel really special. And yet you didn't at the same time. This is the part that really bothers me about these trips. They will have separate parties, right? So if you're elite, you will get to go to special parties. You will get special gifts. You will get all of these different things based on your status within the company. So it very much also is exclusionary. You also will see some of the coaches that will take their teams on trips or on like different things. Oh, Karina, mwah. Okay, and Karina, I'm just saying your crochet stuff is amazing. Um, it is very much a social event. You do still have Shakeology on that trip. I'm not even going to lie. You absolutely do. But the funny thing is that they provide it for you. You like get it's almost like in little shot glasses. Um, and so you do get some of those things. And really, I think I want to talk a little bit about this. It is very much an appeal to people who can't normally afford a luxury vacation. This is why I ended up paying for my upline to go. I paid for my upline's airplane tickets because they couldn't afford the airplane tickets to go. And I really wanted to be there with her because of our relationship. And so we had just gotten I don't even remember what we had gotten, like I think it was our tax return, honestly. And I, so we used that to pay for them and they were supposed to pay us back. That didn't happen. They weren't able to do that because they were trying to pay back other people for other Success Club trips. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, and Karina threw away the key. On the Success Club trips, you did not have to purchase your own Shakeology, but when you do go to Summit, you do have to purchase Shakeology, and it's nasty. It is absolutely nasty.
Okay, if I want to achieve this rewards trip next year, what do I need to do? I need to invite daily. I need to make sure that I'm following up. I'm posting on social media. I'm sharing in my stories. I'm connecting with new people. And so I would make this list and I call those our act as if actions. They are going to back up the affirmation. So you have your affirmation. For example, I am a Success Club trip earner. And then every day I would read that statement. And then I would go to my actions and I would read the actions. And then I would look at my time blocker and say, are those actions embedded in my daily activities? And I would make sure that at the end of every day, I checked those things off the box. And so at the beginning, I was nervous thinking, I don't know who I'm going to invite, or my social media following is really small. I'm not good at social media. But every day as I stepped into the day, I would take imperfect action. And I knew that the only way to get from where I was today to where I wanted to go tomorrow was to take imperfect action over perfect inaction. And so that discipline of showing up day in and day out slowly began to produce results. One customer, two customers, a partner. And before I knew it, people were excited to join me. They were sharing it with other people. I was getting referrals. I had people coming to me asking for more.
You had a very different company that you were promoting than the company that people are promoting today. This was 12 years ago. The programs, in my opinion, were still good. It was still more about helping people, and it was not so much about autumn calibres. I mean, that may be kind of cynical of me to say, but it very much is not the same. It's not the same company. Why would they go on trips? Because again, it was the status symbol. It was such a recruiting tool to use. And it was an opportunity. I mean, you were working with people from all over the country on your teams. And so it was an opportunity to get together with people who you normally just see online. And you forget, like, I could have taken my whole family on a vacation for the amount of money that I spent for my husband and I to go with my upline. And then even while we were there, we were working. It was a lot of work for a free trip. A lot of work for a free trip.
Information. And I built that belief in myself that I was the girl for the job and that I could do this because I was willing to get out there and take action, and very purposeful action that was tied to the affirmation and goals that I wanted for my business. The last thing is you want to celebrate the wins along the way. It's so easy to compare your journey to somebody else's, the success that somebody else is having that maybe you are or are not. This is your journey and your journey alone. We all start at very different points in our lives. And guess what? It doesn't matter. Like I said at the beginning, your age, your demographic, where you live, how many followers you have on social media, you can build a successful business. So we're going to sell.
Then why does the top 10 look remarkably similar to each other? I don't think you can accurately say that. The data does not show that. The data definitely shows that there are some who have a lot more privilege than others in making this a success.
Celebrate those wins along the way. You're going to celebrate when somebody does say, hey, I'd like more information about what you're doing. You're going to celebrate when you do sell that BODi membership. You're going to celebrate when somebody wants to try a sample of Shakeology. You are going to celebrate when you hit Success Club, when you rank advance. You are going to remind yourself that every day you are taking steps in the direction to achieve your goals. It's so easy to look at how far we have to go, but it's the mile marker mindset. It is focusing on what are the steps that I need.
Okay, so Sam, here's what we would do to kind of explain this. Oh, and by the way, if you can go and like the stream, that would help amazingly. So during the entire time that we were in the Dominican Republic, we held a what is coaching event where we would go live from the beach to talk about different aspects of coaching, right? To show like, look, we're working our business on the beach with a pina colada and we're with our friends and we are so blessed to be in this business. Not saying that we were already doing those things. So we were using it as lifestyle claims, which according to the FTC, you cannot do. Didn't know that at the time. I learned a whole lot once I quit MLM that I had done that was against federal regulations. But you would hold these events like, look, you could be here next year. You should be here next year. You would also do a lot of things for your team members who maybe didn't earn the trip to try and motivate them to be there the following year. It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
To accomplish in order to achieve the big goal. Over time, you will look back and you will have stepped into that affirmation. You will become that person that you aspire to be, but it will only be because you are willing to take messy action along the way. All right, I am now going to pass it on over and we're going to talk about your belief in success and your belief in the business.
Hi, my name is Trina Gray. I am an 11-time elite partner and a superstar Diamond 2 partner in BODi. Our first chapter in belief.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what Superstar 2 means. So that means that once you are a BODi partner, and you reach 2-star diamond, meaning you have 2 people underneath you, one on each leg, that is a diamond. So you're a 2-star diamond. You can open up another business center in your own name. So I could open up like Amy 2.0 and place that under me so that then I could be my own diamond. So weird. And I can make myself money multiple times. It's weird. A lot of people will talk about how amazing that is, but to me it just seems even more scammy. So what that means is that she has 2 separate business centers. So Trina Gray 1, Trina Gray 2.0, and she had 15 diamonds under each of them at one point, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean that she currently does. It doesn't mean that she currently does. It means that she did at one point. And, I can't even imagine, Heather. It is ridiculous. Well, and then, okay, if you have not, you should go back and watch the video I did with Emma on the Beachbody compensation plan because it is very eye-opening. Let's say that I didn't guess well and I have these people underneath me, right? And I have 5 diamonds on one leg and 1 diamond on the other leg, I would be maximum of a 2-star diamond, even though I have 6 diamonds underneath me. But because they are not split evenly, I can't progress above a 2-star diamond because I have to have them equal on both legs. Ridiculous. Yeah. Shine bright like 2 diamonds. I love it. And it, in my opinion, it is very much a gray area of law because I know that one of the partners has, I want to say 8 business centers that I know of. I think in from what I have seen, the one who has opened the most business centers has been Melissa McAllister, and I want to say she has 8. Um, and I absolutely love this. Yes, if it's a business, your belief shouldn't matter. It's a business. You're selling a product. So why do you have to have all of this deep belief in yourself? And I can understand if you are working a traditional 9 to 5, that it is important to believe in the company that you're working for and maybe respect that company. But this huge like level of belief and that is what matters the most, that's where it gets, again, to me, you want to look at the bite model of cult tactics. And that's where it kind of is getting into, in my opinion. And keep in mind, so Trina Gray has been elite 11 times. She started at the very, very beginning of Beachbody. She was one of the first. I won't say she was a founding partner, but she definitely got in super, super early. She was a member of Shalene Johnson's Powder Blue Productions. So she got in very early.
Belief is so critical because there's no checklist, there's no training, and there's certainly no script that can overcome your lack of belief. But when you build a foundation of belief, the sky's the limit for you. I'm going to talk to you specifically about belief in success and belief in this business.
Okay, and it's so funny to me. So they do have the disclaimer up there underneath that it doesn't guarantee any level of success or income. It's based on your own efforts, diligence, and skill. See our statement of independent coach earnings for the most recent information. I never even paid attention to that subtext when I was in. I didn't even know there was an income disclosure until I started getting more into anti-MLM. And then I was like, oh, where was this? And I better not show it to my husband because this would be something that he'd be like, I told you so.
And I'm going to share a bit of my story to help illustrate that. I signed up 15 years ago when my kids, Jade and Cole.
15 years ago. It's not the same. It is not the same business, and it's not the same economy. It's not the same environment. So to say that they are teaching you how to do this now really bothers me. You're not in the same position. I want to hear from someone who started within this last year, and let's see how they're doing.
Were just toddlers. And now they are teenagers, off in college and living life in the big world. I can tell you that everything about their life is different because I said yes and I dove in. They grew up in a household that valued health and fitness, so they adopted that themselves. They grew up in a household that valued setting goals, smashing goals, missing goals, and getting back up. So they value work ethic and perseverance. They grew up in a household that had the ability to have extra choices in life. We could more easily participate in travel sports or take a family vacation or give back to causes we care about or eventually set up college funds. This business impacted my entire household and my kids' life.
Okay. And Heather, that is exactly what I was going to say. You can teach your children all of those things without being part of an MLM and preying on other people. And for me, I felt like what I was teaching my kids when I was teaching them very disordered health habits. I was teaching them that I just needed to work hard and you just needed to help mom achieve these goals so that then you can do XYZ. Um, my kids have a lot of resentment from that time frame of my life. Oh, hey, Melanie. Okay, now let's talk about this. Oh, wait, hold on. This one. They absolutely do sound very evangelical, really, about their beliefs. And that is why I will say I don't, oh, actually, that's a lie. I was going to say I don't see as much of a crossover with like evangelical Christianity and Beachbody necessarily, but that's not true. Um, one of the, like, I would say the very, very, very top coach right now, kind of the very top of the pyramid right now, she is very, very much evangelical Christian and preaches a lot. And it gets very confusing if she's talking about God or Beachbody, which is a problem. Now, some of the other MLMs, I think, have it a bit more extreme. I mean, I don't think Beachbody ever held a baptism at Summit. I mean, Monat held a baptism at Monations. Um, and some of the other, I know like Optavia holds like religious ceremonies and stuff before. They'll hold like devotionals and worship services. So this is Trina Gray. So Trina has been in for 15 years, and I looked up, hold on, so where was she? I had looked up their her rank. She's currently ranked number 61 in the company. So she's 61 and Melanie is Melanie Mitro, who they're going to kind of flip back and forth between. Melanie Mitro is 52. So that's where their current rankings are. I don't think Trina's ever been in the top 10 though. And yeah, it's wild. Who's the top preaching type? Lindsay Matway by far is the top. And this is where it gets really twisty, and it's super hard if you are a Christian to separate some of these things, because you'll be like, okay, wait, you say that you're Christian, you say that you love God and Jesus, and yet you're out here manipulating people. You're out here doing some of these actions. And I know that there have been some that it has ruined their belief, because it is really hard to separate that. And it gets very twisty, right? It gets very confusing. And I am a Christian, and this is gross. That is gross Christianity. So, oh my gosh, I love that your children learn. Oh, I love that. Yes. Yes. Like there's so many other ways to teach your children to have a good work ethic and to love others, right? To be giving, to be kind, to do charity work. You don't have to have money to do that. You can go volunteer. We have driven that home in our children very, very much. How many of you were here at Christmas time? I'm just saying. Do I have anyone who knows the secret? Post a comment if you know what happens for my family at Christmas time. And we'll talk about it in a second.
Life and future. Now, I share that opening story because I hope already you are believing in success. And I hope already you are able to say these simple words, why not me? I share that story because I needed to hear a story of success for me to go create my own. I signed up 15 years ago when my friend Janelle simply asked me, would you like to do this with me?
Okay, so she's referencing Janelle Summers, who is Chalene Johnson's sister. It is not the same. You signed up with Janelle, who happened to be in all of the videos that Chalene did. All of those things. No, not the same. Like, and it's just like, oh, my friend. No, this is gross. Yep, Father Christmas. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm married to Santa Claus. And we do a whole lot of charity stuff at Christmas time that doesn't really, I mean, some of it, like some of it does require some investment, obviously, but you can do a lot without having to put in a financial contribution.
A simple invitation, a genuine and caring, a personal invitation. I said yes. Let me give you a couple of my missteps at the beginning so you can avoid them. I did not plug into the team. I did not plug into BODi. I did not plug into the resources. And so therefore I did not plug into the stories of success. I tried to bulldoze my way through it and be a lone ranger in this business. And it doesn't work because
Okay, wait, but it did work because she's been elite 11 times. So it did work for her to do those things. I'm just saying, like, the things that she's saying versus knowing the background information, not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
when you can't see success around you, you're not sure it's possible. So after 18 months of one toe in the water, half belief, I decided to draw a line in the sand and make a decision. I went to an event and it changed everything for me because I heard stories of success. And I decided in that critical moment, I was going to borrow their belief in success while I created my own. So 2 years after that live event that I attended, I became a 5-star diamond coach partner and then a 15-star diamond partner, an elite partner, and it changed everything. And it's
But how many people actually do that? Okay, out of Beachbody, right? With BODi, I can't quit calling it Beachbody. But out of the hundreds, potentially even millions, hundreds of thousands to millions of people who have been coaches during that time frame, only 121 people have ever hit superstar diamond. 121 out of potentially millions of people. So how likely is her story? It's not. It is not likely at all. And how many people who hit that superstar diamond rank have been able to maintain it? Not many, because I have the number somewhere. But I think out of that 121, 11 of them received the quarterly, at least like 1/4 bonus of the last like year and a half. So that just doesn't make sense, right? So it's so weird to me. Yeah, borrow someone else's story. If you don't have a story, borrow someone else's. But I don't know that so I did recruiting and human resources for about 15 years. I never had to convince someone to this level that that they should join me. Like, this isn't how recruiting looks. This isn't how, training looks in a traditional company where you actually are getting paid. They have to create this belief so that you'll keep going even when you're not making money. And they would absolutely say that. Well, you just didn't try hard enough. You quit too soon. Only these 121 people have believed hard enough. My upline that is still in, so it's 2 removed from me. She has been in now, 9 years maybe, and she's still a diamond. So, and she tries really, really hard. It just isn't. It is not feasible.
started with hearing somebody else's story. Why does belief in success matter? Because we need to see it to believe it. And that's the truth. And when I saw success in other partners in my life, I believed it was possible for me. Why does belief in success matter? Because I think we're more likely to do the work if we believe in the outcome. I want you to do the work, the invitations, the follow-ups, the self-improvement, the mindset work, the routine that you need to build. I want you to do the work because you believe in the outcome of what's possible in your life. So,
oh my gosh. Okay. Do you know what motivates me to keep working? The outcome of a paycheck and being able to support my family. This is ridiculous. You know, I I've received one email. I am getting one email. I've received one. So Anita's upline was Leslie Cortez, and she's had me blocked on social for a long time. And so I got one email saying that she was now my coach, and I haven't gotten anything else. Shocker. I think our names, those of us who speak out against Beachbody, our names are known and we are often preemptively blocked. Okay, so how do we grow our belief in success with a company who is tanking, to be honest?
How do you grow your belief in success? I've already alluded to that. You borrow stories of success from other people while you build your own. And where are these stories going to come from? Well, I hope that you plug into your own team. And of course, I hope you plug into the larger BODi network. Stories are plentiful and all around you. On the BODi wake up call, in the BODi basics page, partners are always sharing where they got to and how they got there. You have to borrow their belief.
Oh, wait, I didn't answer one question too. Sam asked, were they first to join? So initially, Beachbody was basically infomercials, right? And they sold all their programs over infomercial. Then they decided to go to the MLM model. And this was about 15 years ago that they did this. And the first coaches to sign, so they had like their original founding coaches, and then the next line and the next line. Most of those coaches, if you look at who signed up, they were tied to either Chalene Johnson, Tony Horton. Shalene's team, I would say, are the ones who mainly signed up and have been rocking it. So anyone who, so Chalene Johnson had her infomercials with Beachbody, but then she also had her own company. It was called Powder Blue Productions. And that is where they would certify instructors in her formats to teach in in gyms across the country. And her Powder Blue master trainers all joined Beachbody. That's where you get, I mean, if you're familiar with Beachbody, you'll understand these names. Christine Dwyer, Janelle Summers, Melissa McAllister, Trina Gray, Allie Upham. I'm missing some. Molly Richards, but she left, went to Prove It, and is now at Lady Boss. But all of these people were friends with Chalene Johnson, and they were the ones who got in 15 years ago to do this. So, oh, and yes, Leslie Cortez, what is her Real Fit Housewife or something like that? She stole something from like Real Housewives. She's Real Fit Housewife, I think. And she's also shilling Herbal Face Food and the other things that Anita is trying to get people to buy.
Belief in success while you build your own. I have found that there are certain stories over the years that resonate with me, and they become like the anthem of my team. They become the heartbeat of your team. Stories encourage us to keep believing and doing the work. Just off the top of my head, I can tell you over the years, seeing my friend Sarah set the goal of earning a running Garmin, Libby wanting to buy a Pilates reformer, Ashley wanting to eventually relocate to a new neighborhood, Christy wanting to remove her mom from an unhealthy living situation, and the stories and examples go on. I borrowed their belief in success while I built my own. I also want to talk to you about belief in the business. We can believe in the company, we can believe in ourselves, we can believe in success, but I also need you to believe in this business. And how do you do that? By looking at your own experiences and by looking at your own journey and really capturing it.
Okay, so my recommendation would be to capture it in an Excel spreadsheet with your profit and loss. That's going to be my recommendation. Do they really want people to look at their own experiences and be like, yes, this is what is going to work for me? So do they really want people to look and see how much money they're losing all of the time? Like, this just doesn't make any sense. So Kristen, this is Trina Gray. We're going to flip back and forth between Trina Gray and Melanie Mitro. This is the training that they did instead of Super Saturday and Super Sunday. They did this training, and then they had live events, I think, in 6 different cities. So they totally changed the way that they're doing Super Saturday. In my opinion, I think it was to save money. But yeah, so we're going to go back and forth between Trina and Melanie.
I believe that this simple writing exercise called the power of three really works to help us build our belief in the business because they're your own words and your own experiences. And when you have your own words and experiences, that will lead to more natural conversations, more natural invitations.
Never once would I think that, okay, so my own experience and journey is going to lead to a natural conversation. Okay, well, my main achievement, I guess, when I first started would be my weight loss. I'm never going to just naturally have that come up, be like, okay, how can I create a natural conversation so that I can do an invitation around weight loss? Like, that's not natural. It's not natural. So, okay, so, ooh, that's gross. Let's see what's next.
I want you to think about 3 reasons why you love BODi products and programs, 3 reasons why you love the BODi team, and 3 reasons why you love the ability to earn BODi income. And as
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Okay, I love this. Yeah, right? It doesn't mean it's going to happen. I can have this belief deep inside, but without people signing up, that's the thing. It's not, you don't have to have a belief in all of these things because everything is contingent upon other people doing the work, right? Other people doing the cells in your downline. So that is not going to work. I really like this. Income expenses tax. That is the power of 3 right there. Oh, yeah, right? I like seeing them progress as well. And I wasn't seeing progression. I mean, sure, I hit some goals and I became diamond, but I was told that when I hit diamond that my business was taking off. No, I lost money still as a diamond, right? Oh my gosh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Yeah, my husband, I'm going to have to share my spreadsheet at some point. My husband created a whole spreadsheet to show me how much money we were losing every single month. But he got promoted to Emerald. He should be grateful. He was an Emerald coach. He has no idea how he got that. You're welcome. You're welcome.
you're thinking about this, you're going to think, well, what problems have they solved in my life? The products, the team, the income, what problems have they solved in my life? I'm going to give you examples here. If you ask me off the top of my head, no notes, what do you love about BODi products, Trina? I would say I love the ability to work out from home without a commute. I love the ability to have a healthy breakfast in a minute. And I love the ability to have a food plan that takes all the guesswork out with no guilt.
Oh my gosh. The entire program is littered with guilt. And Beachbody, like a Shakeology, is not a breakfast. It is not a breakfast. It is maybe a snack at best. That is not even okay.
Well, what about the team? Why do you love the team? Well, I love being surrounded by healthy, positive people. I love the ability that if I build a team and grow a team, I can earn vacation.
Oh my gosh. Can you even imagine saying this to someone? Oh my gosh. Never say this stuff. Never say this crap. Absolutely. Right? I was actually just listening to a podcast and they were talking about all of the different times that the world was supposed to end and didn't. I'm just saying, belief, it would be a very frightening thing, right? Exactly. My husband works from home with no commute, and he can work out at home with free YouTube videos. He gets paid every 2 weeks. It's pretty amazing. We have benefits, all of these things. They make it sound like you can only have these things with Beachbody, and it's just not true. Earn vacations. We already talked about that. You still have to pay for that stupid vacation. I'm still a little bitter about that one.
Vacations and go to cool places like Mexico and the Dominican Republic. I love that on this team, I'm surrounded by other people with goals, that it's normal to dream and set goals and achieve. That's what I love about the team. Well, what about the income or the ability to earn? I love at the beginning that it gave me breathing room in my family budget.
Okay, so we're going to talk about each thing as she says them. Okay, BODi hurt my family budget greatly because I now needed to invest in Shakeology. I had my business service fee. So it was about $100 for Shakeology, $15 business service fee. So I'm at $115. I would drink at least 3 tubs of Energize in a month. So I was purchasing that. Altogether, I mean, I was spending, well, plus I had to buy all of that for my husband's business center too, because he was one of my people that made me made me diamond. So I was probably spending an extra $300 a month on body crap. And we were already living in one of the most expensive cities in the country. And we did not have the income to be doing that. So it greatly hurt my family budget. So that's number one.
I love that over time, it allowed us to pay off debt, pay down debt to reduce stress.
I increased my debt because frequently we would have what is the saying? I'd have more month than money, and we would have to utilize debt to pay for basic things like that, like the groceries on that family budget. Oh, I was absolutely praised for buying those things. Absolutely.
And I love that we are able to give back to our community and be able to do good things for other people because of the supplemental income this provided us.
We do a lot of good in our community without having to be in an MLM and trying to get people in my community to sign up for this. Yikes. Let's see. I would have been like, I've never gotten an email from compliance to fill out. Can we contact? Say yes. Give them my phone number, Kristen. I'll give you my number. You can be like, contact me here. Melanie won one of their vacations. Yep. Oh wow. Yeah. I went to the Hard Rock in the Dominican Republic. You didn't accept. Yeah, you would have to pay taxes on it as income, and you have to pay for your own flights, which the flights to Dominican Republic, I haven't looked since I went, but they were really expensive. Really expensive.
That's what I love. Those are my own words. And just sharing those with you right now builds my belief in this business because I can see the impact in my own life. Your invitations and conversations will be more impactful. You will believe in this business more when you use your own words. We have found that when people use their own words and experiences to talk about the business, their business more naturally grows. So my friends, we've talked about belief in success and borrowing that belief from other people while you build your own. It's truly what initially lit my own fire. We've talked about belief in this business and this power of 3 activity that you can use to capture your own words and experiences in order to grow this business.
Let's talk about routines. We all wear many hats in life, from spouses, parents, grandparents, caretakers, teachers, medical professionals. Gosh, the list goes on. We all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Melanie, stop it. Stop it. Hold on.
Inconceivable. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
No, we don't all have the same 24 hours in a day. The ability that I have right now to get on YouTube and talk, I did not have that even like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right? Because I was in a very different season of life. We don't all have the same 24 hours in a day. My mom was a single mom with 5 kids working 1, if not 2 jobs. She did not have the same 24 hours in a day that you have. No, her 24 hours looked very, very different. So quit with the shaming. Quit with the shaming. Oh, and I would agree. I believe Beachbody has hit its saturation point and is going down.
So why are some people successful and other people struggle to find their rhythm and routine with success? Here's the thing. It all comes down to having a solid routine for your own health and your own business. That is the key to achieving your goals.
Oh, so it's super easy. If you just establish a routine, you'll hit everything that you want. No. Tell that to someone who has to work 3 jobs to support their family. A routine and writing it down is not going to make the big difference. It is not going to be the key to achieving their goals. They're just trying to survive. So she's looking at this from, in my opinion, a very privileged point of view, which guess what? I am too. I'm looking at it from a privileged point of view. I'm able to do this during the day. Not everyone can, and they fail to recognize that.
It's not what we wish for in life that happens. It's what you show up for. It's what goes into your calendar every single day, and that commitment to your routine, no matter what. Depending on your work and your home life currently, your health, esteem, and business routine might be in the morning, the pockets of your day, after.
I love this. Yes, right? Exactly. If I can have someone clean my house, then I would have more time. Right now, I'm just choosing not to have it clean. Is that horrible? I just don't want to do that. So it's not the cleanest right now. And exactly. Yes, but I have to bike there and you get to fly there. So yeah, our 24 hours looks very different. You guys are amazing. These are some great answers.
Dinner, or maybe intertwined between all 3. And in this section, I want to walk you through how to create both a health esteem routine and a business routine that help you achieve your goals. Let's first dive into your BODi health esteem routine. So
before let's talk about this. I have not seen many BODi people moving to Optavia. I have seen BODi people, especially recently, moving to Modere and Arbonne. And I think even Monat, I have seen some going to Monat, right? I hate that name. I don't know what it means. I know it's Mother Nature, so it's Monat, I believe. Those are the ones that I can see it going to. Right? You had to work 2 jobs. And right now I'm just saying the economy is awful. It is absolutely horrible. So most people are doing the best they can to make it work. I know. I need to. One of my kids, she reclined the reclining seat on our couch back far enough, and then kind of like hit it that now there's a hole in that wall. So I just fixed the recliner, and then I'm like, don't recline, and we're just going to cover it with this seat for now. But if I truly want to sell my house sometime, then I got to go do those things. Yeah, I'm always in a mess. My kids are why I can't have nice things, I've decided.
Whenever I started in my fitness journey, the very first thing that I did was decide what fitness program that I was going to commit to. And for you, have you decided what program gets you excited, gets you focused on the results that you want to achieve, and helps you get one step closer to the vision that you have for your own health and wellness? Also, things to consider are the length of a workout program. How much time do you have each day to commit to a fitness program? Is it 20 minutes? Is it a half an hour? Is 45 minutes your maximum? That is going to impact the program that you choose to start with. Then you want to look at your current life and say, when am I going to work out? Am I going to be an early morning person, a mid-afternoon and after work, or an evening exerciser? I always like to look at my current schedule and the demands that I have and choose the time that would fit best for me, taking into factor and into consideration all the other things that are going on. Then the next thing we want to do in our health esteem routine.
But again, you are not really equipped to make that determination on what is going to be best for you, I always signed people up to whatever the current program was that we were doing. That's why everyone's doing these gut health programs right now, right? You guys are cracking me up. Okay. It's spinning around in your office chair. I think that counts. Let's see. Duct tape and water. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, I felt forced to wake up early and do my workouts. And then I would brag that, it's 6 a.m. and I've already worked for an hour in my business and done my workout, done my personal development. I am set up for success, but I'm also exhausted. So no, I was normally getting up around 4 a.m. Ooh, not a great idea.
Is once we commit to a fitness program, we want to print out that workout calendar. We want to put it in a place where we see it every single day. We can check it off that we have done the workouts on a daily basis. It's that hit of dopamine that we're getting one step closer to achieving our wellness goals. Mine hung down in the basement storage room on the wall where every single day I could check off that I was one step closer to finishing a program. The next step is really thinking about what is going to be the nutrition program you're going to follow. We have the 2B mindset, ultimate portion fix, and we have the gut protocol. What serves you in this season of your life right now? You can even take the quiz that walks you through the different nutrition options.
Hold on. I'm totally going to take a picture of that. I want to take a quiz. Oh, which eating plan is right for me? Here's the interesting thing though. It only has 2B mindset and portion fix. So, before I'm going to go through the quiz and see what it tells me I should do. But I want to talk a little bit about this. About this toxic trait. So, my toxic trait is that I have OCD. And specifically, scrupulosity is a big one for me. And the feeling that if you cannot do something perfectly, then you don't do it at all. Okay. So I would print out, let's say portion fix. Well, they tell you in doing portion fix that if you can stick to the top 1/3 of the list, that those are the best foods to eat. And so that is all I would eat from because I had to do the best. I had to do the most. And the amount of guilt and shame that I would feel if I was not doing it perfectly, it was just overwhelming. And that would lead to some binging behaviors. So I do find it it's really hard for anyone who may be neurodivergent to get involved in a company like this. It plays on those insecurities. It plays on that forced perfectionism. And I would agree. How about food? And not just food. How about food that you can afford, right? Like the gut protocol food, in my opinion, can get very pricey. And even portion fix and 2B mindset, it can get expensive to eat the way that they tell you to eat. And don't even get me started on ultimate reset. It was wild. Work out in the basement sounds like a good work. Okay, that's funny. Yes, I would, once we moved from the Pacific Northwest, I did have a basement, and that is where I would exercise. It was my kids' horror story because I was working in the living room outside of their bedrooms. So it was their own personal horror story.
And tells you which one it thinks would be best for you. But you want to commit to a nutrition program. And then as part of your health esteem routine, it's actually making time in the calendar to prepare healthy meals, to go to the grocery store, to maybe prep some of your snacks for the week, even scheduling in time to make sure that you create space in your day to actually eat those healthy meals.
Okay. Okay, we're going to do this together real quick, this meal plan. I would say both. So they want you to be on one of their meal plans, one of the 3 that they just put down, right? You should be doing those because you have to be proof the product works. So you should be on one of those 3. But if I know for me, and I can speak for several members of the Snark crew as well. So Jen, Cheryl, Amber, that we struggled sticking to their meal plans. And so it ended up kind of being my own anyway, which would include binging opportunities, that were definitely not part of theirs, but because of what they kind of had me doing. Okay, so the first question is my age. What are my goals? Weight loss, better health, better eating habits, eat more veggies, 2 or more of the above, all of the above. I'm going to say all of the above. So, this question, I want to get my portions under control, or I want to eat big servings of the right foods. Ooh, I want to eat big servings of my favorite foods, not what you tell me. Okay, I'm going to say portions under control. There technically the gut week protocol is 4 weeks, but I mean, I've seen so many of the coaches just continuing to do it over and over and over and over. To be mindset, they call a lifestyle, not a diet. So you stay on it forever. Same thing with portion fix. Let's see. Yeah, I agree because in my opinion, the meal plans do not have enough calories to sustain you. Which type of plan do you prefer? Lay it all out for me so there's no guesswork, or provide me proven guidelines to follow. They're strictly okay. So lay it all out for me so there's no guesswork. That's portion fix. Provide me proven guidelines to follow. That's to be mindset. I'm going to say proven guidelines. What describes you? I am detail oriented and organized, or I like to wing it. Detail oriented and organized. My current diet, I eat relatively healthy. Which of the following apply to you? I like to cook most days. I typically order in. I eat out a few times a week. Which of the following are you interested in? I need help figuring out what to eat. I need meal planning and prepping. I want recipe inspiration. I need motivation and accountability. Motivation and accountability. Let's see. Okay. So for me, I would say it did not give me an eating disorder, but it kind of reintroduced disordered eating patterns that I had established trying to diet my entire life, if that makes sense. I had really struggled with weight and dieting for so many years, like starting from the time I was in 6th or 7th grade. And I would kind of go through ebbs and flows where I would feel like I had it under control. And this, following the Beachbody programs, definitely made me more on the losing control spectrum and doing really disordered behaviors. Best describes your level of cooking expertise. Amateur, chef in training, or culinista, and I love to cook. No, no, no. Hey, Jenny. I'm going to say amateur. They recommended portion fix. Boo. But honestly, neither one. Oh, why it works. It's a simple system, 0 guesswork, color-coded containers, 6 simple videos to get you started, additional videos for all occasions, custom eating plans. You're not alone. Oh, 4-week gut protocol. This could be right for me too. So they recommended portion fix or gut protocol. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I do this too. For me, one of the reasons that I would do this is because I could plan out perfectly what my containers would look like. And then I would just eat that exact same thing every day so that didn't have to, I didn't have to think about it, and I knew I was following it perfectly. But what that ended up doing is making it to where I wasn't getting a variety of nutrients, right? Because I was just eating the exact same thing over and over and over. And my husband absolutely hated it because he's like, my husband likes to eat a variety. And so I would end up cooking 2 meals, one for me and one for my family, which is rough. Colinista does sound dirty, which if you've ever seen the way Alana eats on like Instagram, it looks dirty. It's gross. It's gross.
I don't know about you, but as a mom and also as a business owner, sometimes I am the last person to be fed, right? Or to be thought of because I'm so busy serving other people. So even creating space for my prep, my groceries, my prepping my food and actually eating them is incredibly important to my health esteem routine. Also,
whatever, she orders out now. She has meal services deliver her food. It's not how she rolls anymore. Which, guess what? I think that would be fantastic. I don't enjoy creating meals. I think it'd be great to have a delivery service. But that is not realistic for most people, including myself.
Also, asking yourself, what supplements are you going to be using? Will you be drinking Shakeology every single day? If so, what flavor serves you best? Even thinking about what meal or snack you are going to use for Shakeology.
For the love of all that is good and holy, do not replace a meal with Shakeology. It doesn't have enough. It doesn't have enough protein, fat, like any of the nutrients in order to be considered a meal. Don't do that. Let's see. I just want to, I know this is a total sidetrack, but I'm going to go with it. I absolutely think that MLMs prey on those who are neurodivergent because absolutely, for me, having OCD played into it greatly. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I should right? Oh, really? I should have one that I like? Oh, okay. Spoiler, none of them are good. None of them are good. And please, oh no. Oh, I thought she was going to talk about giving them to her kids. I will say that the kid shake was even worse. Daily Sunshine was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting.
I know that when Landon and Bryce, my 2 boys, were little, we were always out the door really fast in the morning to go to school or a play date or some sort of activity that we were doing. I would get the kids dressed, I would have them fed, the bags are all packed, and I would sometimes forget to feed myself. And so we'd find ourselves hitting up a drive-through for a cup of coffee or a sugary latte and a muffin. That wasn't serving me. It was not giving me energy. It was not sustaining me with quality nutrition that could help me show up as my best mom. And so,
but those aren't the only options. I mean, you can get good options at other places. It's like, in my opinion, they drive this binary. Like you are either eating like complete and total crap and you're just choosing sugary muffins and lattes, or you're following Beachbody. Like there's a whole spectrum in between there. It doesn't have to be either or. Oh, you can absolutely buy meal replacement shakes. There are a lot of places that have them. Even if you go to like a smoothie place, like a Jamba Juice, that kind of thing, you can put additives in there that make it more of a replacement shake. Also, you can purchase, like Premier Protein, that is going to be a complete source. Like it is going to be a shake, but it is actually going to have the nutrients that your body needs versus Shakeology because it just doesn't have that. Yeah, I know, right? Oh man. All right, let's get back into this.
So what was happening is I'd end up with a crash. I started to replace my morning coffee and muffin with Shakeology. And all of a sudden, I started to notice that my energy level was better. I was having more energy and
I had more energy and less joy.
I wasn't making poor choices that weren't serving the highest version of myself that I wanted to be. So maybe Shakeology is that meal that you have the hardest time fitting into your day. Maybe
there are a lot more affordable ways. I mentioned like Premier Protein. You can get those at Costco or Sam's Club. I really like the Quest shakes. I like chocolate milkshake version of Quest that are also less expensive. There are so many options that I feel are better than going with Shakeology. So yeah, they're absolutely. It took me actually a really long time to be able to drink protein shakes and to just shakes in general, nutrition shakes. Again, it took me a while to get over that.
there are going to be certain days of the week where you know that you tend to crave something sweet, or maybe that is every day for you. Maybe it's that time between lunch and dinner where you tend to make unhealthy choices, that Shakeology is going to be a great afternoon dessert. It's going to be that gap filler that gives you quality nutrition to get you to the next meal. Really thinking about that in advance and planning for it allows you in the moment to make better choices. What about Energize or the Boost supplements, whether it's the Power Greens or it's Focused Energy or the Digestive Boost?
It was amazing to me. So for so many years, they sold Shakeology as the be-all, end-all of solving all of your nutrition needs, right? Well, then they started coming out with these boosts. The digestive boost, focused energy, the greens, all of these different additives to put into Shakeology that just cost more and more money that you would have to do. I did not know very many people who did the boosts. Energize and Recover, that's a different story.
Really thinking about what other supplements can I incorporate into my health esteem routine so that I can show up again as my best self.
All right, let's talk Energize. And I sound off if you had these same issues. I was, in my opinion, I was abusing Energize. Energize was a pre-workout. Yeah, I was drinking it for my afternoon pick-me-up. Like, that's not necessary. And it was amazing how, like, I got my best results before I actually signed up as a coach. And I wasn't doing any supplementation. I wasn't drinking Shakeology. I wasn't drinking Energize. I wasn't drinking Recover. And that is when I was getting my best results. But then BODi convinced me that I needed to purchase all of these additional things that I really did not need. And then it drove me to some very bad behaviors. I mean, I was drinking 4 scoops of Energize a day. Way too much Energize.
So the last piece is also mindset. I find that we are just surrounded by stress and just hustle and move fast and run hard. And there are a lot of demands coming at us from our job and our family and our friends and the people around us. And I find that the stories we tell ourselves, our mindset, actually determines whether or not we press play, the food choices that we make, and how we live our lives and interacting with other people. And mindset is such an important part of your health esteem routine. So maybe you even look at your week and say, I'm going to start every one of my mornings with a meditation from our on-demand library. I'm going to make sure that I schedule that into my day after I drink my Energize and before I press play on my workout. Maybe mindset's going to be the last thing before you go to bed at night. But really making sure that we're fueling ourselves with positivity and that we're surrounding ourselves with people that are elevating us to be that next best version of ourselves is going to help us step into the definition of health esteem that we want for ourselves. So now your job is to actually sit down and create your health esteem routine. Maybe you grab a sheet of notebook paper or maybe your planner, and I want you to begin to go in and mark off when you're going to work out, when you're going to prepare healthy meals, grocery shop, when you're going to focus on mindset. And I want you to practice it starting this week. And over time, your health esteem routine is going to change and shift depending on where you're at in your life. But the things we plan for, those are the things that actually become our reality. So creating your health esteem will not only set you up for success personally, but it's going to help you be able to invite more people, share what's working and not working for you, and support people on their wellness journey too. All right, let's talk about your business routine.
Okay, I'm going to stop it at business routine, I think. Okay, let's talk about some of these things. Let's see. You are so welcome. I'm so late. Now you're just early. Okay, yeah, it was so big on finding a clean pre-workout. And mine, I'm trying to remember, there was, I didn't want one that had Ace K in it. But they had me demonizing so many ingredients. I didn't know what I wanted anymore, right? Then now I'm like, okay, what pre-workout is going to serve me? Can I find one that already has creatine in it? Can I and I don't have to take it every day. That's been another mindset shift for me. I lift, if it's a day I'm lifting heavy, then sure, have pre-workout. But if I'm just doing a basic walk, I don't need pre-workout for that. And I really had to kind of go over it, overcome that in myself. A fitness coach once told me coffee is fine, just no sugar. You drink coffee and let's have a nap. Actually, caffeine does not really have a huge impact on me as well. Energize. Let me look up and see real quick, actually, caffeine content of Energize. 100 milligrams in one scoop, and I was drinking 4 of those a day. So there's that. That was a lot. It was a lot for me. There's another, is it Orgain protein? I think is a plant-based one. And I don't drink coffee either, so I wasn't putting coffee on top of that Energize. Okay, here's an interesting thing about black coffee. It was fine, right? But now Autumn has kind of demonized coffee because of the mold, I think, the different things that you may be getting in the coffee that you're drinking. And so now she has everyone drinking matcha. So now it seems as if most of the BODi coaches are now drinking matcha instead of coffee. They absolutely want you to be in an echo chamber. You can't eat mindset. Trust me, it does not taste good. This is dangerous. I would just either drink decaf or just plan on the coffee in the morning. And let's see, this is what physically exactly. I mean, and why do you have to add all of these products in? In my opinion, it's because they sell them and they get commission from them and they get volume from them. So they introduced all of these things that they wanted you to purchase. I mean, now, like for your protein bar, just buy a Beach bar. Don't buy, one at the store. They created an overpriced bar that they would then have you purchase, right? So and here's the thing. Does it, they did a study, okay? I'm going to remove this. I think that's probably all I'm going to watch for today because I'm only 35 minutes in. Oh God. I like to talk a whole lot. They start creating these issues. So Beachbody did a survey and 81% of their coaches had issues with their gut. Rather than saying, wow, what are the products that we have that may be causing 81% of our coaches to have an issue? Instead, they're like, well, obviously it's the American diet and we need to come out with gut protocol. Like, What? It's so frustrating. Your gym is in a building on the 5th floor. See, you get to walk the stairs and work out. It's so funny. I caught myself doing this. Like, I try to find the space closest to the entrance to the gym, and I'm like, what am I doing? I can walk a few extra feet to get into the gym. Health esteem could have a good meaning, but Carl ruins most things. Yes, they talk about the mold and the different things that are in the coffee beans that are toxic for people and that can cause issues, especially around your gut. I want to say Autumn said she could drink like 2 cups a week or something like that. That's okay to do, is to just drink a little bit, but you're getting too many toxins in the coffee. And so you should instead drink, like, I believe even ceremonial grade matcha. Like, yikes. Yeah, I tend to make matcha on top of my morning routine of manifesting, journaling, visualizing, reading PD before my workout. You forgot that you have to drink your matcha, but then you also need to get your energize in. And so you got a whole lot of time in there. Now let's talk about this. See, we're just going to chat now because information, let's go. BODi is planning on having a more, they're going to be releasing a lot more products on Amazon in a BODi basically sales area. So they're going to have Shakeology. I'm guessing that they will be putting Energize and some of the other line. They also have, okay, when they combined with, oh, what was the platform? So they have Mixed Fitness for the bikes, but then there was the other platform that they purchased, that's where they got like Andrea Rogers from. They had an entire line of supplements as well called Ladder, and Beachbody is going to be putting those out as well on Amazon. So that is really interesting. But they don't want you selling the products locally, but now they're putting them on Amazon to compete. Let's see. Those symptoms are symptoms of a bunch of other issues. Yes, actually, 80-day obsession is what finally like pushed me over the edge of saying like I can't do this anymore, because I knew how much more disordered I was going to become. Ceremonial grade Shakeology. Oh, 8-week control freak. I didn't even start that. 80-day obsession is what kind of threw me. The door strap was 9-week control freak was the door strap, and that caused all kinds of problems. And that's why she was super upset that she had to come up with the off the wall thing. Let's see. They are undercutting their sales force as well. Yeah, and it was interesting when they did the second quarter sales call. They asked specifically if selling on Amazon, because he mentioned that as one of the strategies that they were going to be utilizing, that he tried to make it sound like them selling their products on Amazon was going to be a better thing for the coaches, because, or partners, sorry, for the partners, because the partners will then have more visibility. Like, people will have more visibility to Beachbody products, and so it's going to be a good thing. And I mean, to me, I would much rather go on Amazon than to have to talk to someone about all of these things, and then are they going to try and upsell me or whatever. If I wanted one of the products, I would just go to Amazon. And so it is undercutting their sales force. Then they do these, the fire sale of the bikes that, the bike is like $600 and it's normally like $1,400, something like that. Then the amount of commissions that they get are a lot lower Also with, they just did the Labor Day sale and it was like 50% off or something. Again, you're hitting commission. If they get someone to re-sign up who was a coach and they are able to reactivate them, and let's say they even purchase something to reactivate, the coaches are not going to be getting a commission from that. So that has caused a lot of problems with the coaches. I would not be surprised if they do step away from the MLM model. They kind of are trying to already do like the affiliate thing. But I don't know how that's going to go. I think that the delivery would be faster on Amazon. He does not care about the Salesforce. No, in my opinion, he called them an unsophisticated voluntary sales force. That's his opinion of the coaches. To me, it seems as if he just considers them very cheap way for him to market because he doesn't have to have a marketing budget. And how many people are doing this for free? It's ridiculous, the amount. That the strap was only, oh my gosh, that's funny. So my favorite things that I got from Beachbody that I still use, the Comfort Core mat is it's like a mat that you put on for down for sit-ups or whatever. It is amazing. It's super cushy. I really like it. I do also have some of my DVD programs still. 1 month for Success Club, we received P90X, P90X 2 and 3, I think. And so I think I still have all of my P90X DVDs. I have my Chalene Extreme DVDs. So I've got some of those, which that's the nice part. They used to do the DVDs. And so even once you quit, you still have the programs. Now, if you quit, you lose access to everything. Yeah, the bike is ridiculous. So my understanding is they have till sometime in November to turn their stock around to some extent before they get delisted. They brought on a man to kind of turn things around, and he is being paid solely in stock. Carl had to give up his stock, like quite a bit of stock, in order to pay him. And this man is paid strictly on performance and how the stock is going to do. So far, it's not looking good. They absolutely are expendable. The music, not great. So you get the music one time. And for anyone who likes to, I mean, for me, music makes a big difference in my workouts, and music drives the workout. Well, now you only get the music that they choreograph it to one time, and then you're going to get canned music, like royalty-free music, because they don't want to have to pay for it. The problem you have, like, for example, Size. Size was Shanti's dance program that went to very specific songs, right? So you are doing a dance program and you're dancing to the song One Less Problem by Ariana Grande, or Treasure by Bruno Mars, or Chandelier by Sia. The moves are choreographed to the music. Well, then once you switch the music, it's awful. It's not the same. It completely and totally changes the entire workout. This stock right now is at 36 cents. It's 0.363 right now, is where it's trading today. It opened at 38 cents and now it's down to 36. So it's not doing well. It's ridiculous. But again, it feels as if they're making a lot of choices around cost that are not actually the smartest that they could do. Music is important to the workout. So having that consistent experience with the music is super important, in my opinion. Especially coming like someone, because I teach, right? I teach group fitness. Well, I haven't taught group fitness for a while because of my knees, but teaching group fitness, the music drives it. And it feels as if Carl just he thinks he knows what is going to do well and what's going to sell, but he's so disconnected from the market, it feels. And he's going very short-sighted, short-term thinking. When he initially started BODi, in my opinion, it was very forward thinking, very innovative, but he has not continued that path. And so he has gotten to a very, very tenuous business model. Super interesting. One of the first, so I typed in how much caffeine does Energize ask, and it says people also ask, is Energize safe? That's interesting. Oh, that's obviously from a coach. Because someone says, I have never had any side effects, although you do get a slight tingling feeling. I love that you don't get that jittery feeling that you get when you've had too much coffee. I totally got jittery on Energize. Yeah, that was a big lie. Yeah, you don't have access to any of those things. Once you quit, once you cancel your subscription. Getting a new CEO would be very important to them. And here's the thing, the caffeine definitely gives you the jitters, but there's also I think it's the beta alanine in beta alanine and the, I'm going to say it wrong, quercetin, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to say that, but those two things also will give you that like tingle and that energy. So it's the combination, in my opinion, of those three things that kind of spurs the workout. You don't have access. Yeah, right? You lose access to things. You bought them early and separately. Yeah. So you don't still have those. That's one of the things I liked. Oh, you get both beta and Kirsten on Amazon. That's awesome. I mean, I still like I said, I utilize pre-workout, especially on my heavy lifting days. But I definitely need to work on my caffeine consumption. I drink way too much caffeine. Yeah, Jake Paul's Prime energy drink, I believe, had 300 milligrams of caffeine per can, which is honestly what is in a Bang or a Reign if you drink either one of those. So I am currently in my like stepping down process. So that's why today I had a Monster, which this one has, I want to say it's got 150 milligrams per can. That's going to be less than drinking some of those other energy drinks. So I'm kind of weaning myself off because I'm also prone to migraines. And so I don't want to go through too much of a withdrawal to kick migraines into gear. Oh my gosh, you guys, hold on. Look at this. All right, my youngest came home and was like, Mom, you got a present. And I was like, I got a present. What do you mean? Well, I had ordered him like a t-shirt, a sweatshirt. I think I got him a sweatshirt and a t-shirt for their school colors and like school branded merch. So they sent this with it and said that this was mine. So I have a blinged out rhinestone cowboy smiley face that has to remain on my desk because my son checks for it daily. Right? Like, that's funny. And there's like a cowboy hat and then something on the cowboy hat. I don't quite understand what that is, but it actually writes really, really well. And they even gave me a replacement ink. So I'm a fan. I just saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to show them that. But I think overall with MLM, it is the belief that you cannot have anything else except for the things that come with the MLM, right? Like you can't you can't work out from home if you don't have Beachbody on demand. Yes, you can. You can be a member of several different communities. Like I used to pay for iFit, which I really enjoyed. Or you can do workouts for free on YouTube. They even have full programs. Like I didn't believe that they had full programs. I thought it was just individual workouts. Not true. there are a lot of free options. You can only you can only work from home if you're part of an MLM. I think the last few years have proved that that is false. My husband works from home, and he has worked from home since about maybe 2016, maybe. He started working from home before it was cool. And he works from home. He has flexibility. He has it this year to where he can take my daughter to school every day. You can do a lot of things that you don't have to have an MLM for. Um, and the worst one to me is that they have you feel like community, that you need to be in an MLM for the community. Well, guess what? Being in a community that is transactionally based means that when you leave, your entire community is gone because they were only there as long as they were making money from you, as long as you were willing to play by the rules. And that's that is not a community that I want to be a part of. It just is awful. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Oh, I just went and got my nails done this morning. My sister and I are taking my mom on a girls' weekend trip to Las Vegas, and so I needed to get my nails done before before we go. Oh, all right. I have just talked for over 2 hours, and I think it's time for me to go shower before I have to go pick up kids from school. I I feel so passionate about building this community and talking to people about some of these dangers of MLM, and then also some of these really harmful things with your health, um, and the ways that BODi particularly impacted me. And I need to talk more about Prove It. I just didn't get as into, I guess I was already a little bit disillusioned with MLM when I joined Prove It, but it's important that we talk about these things to try and hopefully protect other people. Oh, that's your town. I love Las Vegas. I think it's super fun. We're going to go see Donny Osmond. It's like my mom's big dream was to go see Donny Osmond. So my sister and I were like, all right, let's do it. Let's take her. But the way that MLMs prey on people and prey on the emotions, prey on the insecurities is just not okay. So that is why we were here. If you have lasted to this point, holy cow, thank you so much. If you can do me a favor, make sure and like this stream, and make sure you're subscribed. And my favorite thing, and kind of like, and I'm kind of like DC in this, I love doing the lives. I love having the chats. I love having the interaction. And so I do really enjoy going live. Plus, for me, I really struggle with the pre-filming because I do feel often that they have to be perfect. Again, it's the perfectionism trait coming out in my OCD that I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to refilm that. It's never good enough. But if I'm live, it just is, right? It just is what it is. So yeah, so thank you guys so much. You're welcome for keeping you company while you do the dishes. I need to do that too. I should probably shower though. I'm just saying. I need to get ready for my day. And I hope you guys all have an amazing day and or night or weekend or whenever you happen to watch this, right? Like I think that's the other beautiful part about this is we can, oh, Mr. Ranger Lab, welcome, welcome. That we can like pick up and do this whenever. I used to get guilted into like joining the team calls no matter what. Like no matter what you had going on, the team call was the most important thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. Life is more important than whatever MLM. So, thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure and like the stream. I need to get a cute sound effect from one of my kids saying to lick the stream because Amber's Declan is so cute. I'm saying that for DC. So, all right, you guys. Cattle Dog Crew, I'm going to say goodbye because we're now ending. Hey. All right, you guys, have a great one. And I will talk to you on the next live when we have to continue finishing this training. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll have to see when that works out. So bye, guys.